Hey guys, in this video I want to talk about the grocery industry and how it's been going from good to expansive. And it's also gone like expensive too. We have like a lot of products that was introduced over the years in the grocery industry and business. The whole thing of said like blatantly with the way the grocery industry has changed. Sorry about that, guys. Just sneezed. But like I was saying, the grocery industry had been like growing since the dawn of time. And it is truly one of the world's most oldest industries. The grocery industry has been around since the beginning of the human race. It's just that nature, every place in nature was a free grocery store. But when the dawn of humanity came, it changed shit up. We all know how this ends up. And with that being said, some products get discontinued. But the legacy of those products still remains. And in the memories of those who consumed those products. And those who consumed those products really meant well when it came to consuming them. But some products are still the same. It's just that the branding and the brand has changed. And sure, some of the ingredients of the product has changed a bit, but I'm not gonna like dog on the fact that a lot of the brand names have changed, or some brand names are no longer around. And we all know that the brand names that were of your great-grandma and your great-grandpas and your great-grandaunt's and your great-granduncle's time and your grandparents' time and also your parents' time had changed. Like your great-grandma and your great-grandpa's generation, those brand names were strong as shit. And then when your grandparents came along, the brand names were still strong as shit. But over time, halfway through your grandma and grandpa's generation, the brand names started weakening as shit and continued to rapidly erode during your parents' generation, and has quickly died during your generation, because brand names are only 2 generations strong. And the grocery industry knows this. They've seen brands come and go. They've seen brands rise and fall. Like the brands that were extremely and aggressively popular. Like, I'm talking aggressively popular during the 1800s. All of the 1800s. Those brand names were strong as shit. Because they came from companies that were dynastic companies that have been there since the tail end of the 17th century, that have been like strong, aggressively strong brand names and strong, long-lasting, like, companies that have been around since probably 1700, since the 17th century. Who knows? Maybe back, probably brand names that were aggressively popular back in Achilles' time, back in Hercules' time. But the grocery industry, we all know that the grocery industry has changed. And we all know the grocery industry changed so much when my millennial generation came around. Some of the oldest, and I mean the oldest, brand names, some that were around since the 17th century, possibly the 17th century, were the ones that were dying, that were secretly dying a lazy, slow and lazy death. And some that were juggernauts, behemoth juggernaut brand names in the 1800s. And we all know that they started declining by the time my generation, yes, the millennials, came around. We were growing up at the tail end of these 17th, 16th, all the way back into ancient Greco-Roman times kind of brands that were brand names. probably back in ancient times, long before the refrigerators ever existed. That's how far back. And I'm just saying, just to exaggerate how old some of these brand names by these companies actually are. Possibly back, like slightly, like how do I say this? Back before the Dark Ages, back before the Renaissance, back before the medieval period. That's how far back I'd have to be exaggerating it to be as old. And the grocery industry capitalized on global generational or generationally recognized brands and dynastically owned companies. Some of these companies rake in trillions of dollars. They rake in more money on average, more so than the church. More so than the church. And the church is going toe to toe on the whole raking in trillions. But that's another time. But I'm talking about in this video is the grocery industry. The grocery industry is linked to the food industry. Heavily linked to the food industry. And this is true. This is a fact. This is no fairy tale nonsense. This is true. It is confirmed fact that what food you can find in nature, you end up finding on your grocery store shelves. But the one thing that is not outright found in nature, in of itself, is junk food. Sure, the ingredients from junk food is found in nature, but the junk food in of themselves is not found in nature. Like, you're not gonna find a tree that grows pop bottles and pop cans and snack cake boxes growing in of themselves off of a fucking tree or a fucking bush. The ingredients that is found, that makes up of what junk food you consume, is found in nature. But some of those ingredients were tampered with and contaminated to not be as filling in the nutrition category, because the whole thing of them being like messed with by the factories and the people that work in those factories and those types of places. But we all know how that ends up happening. It ends up happening the way it does. But how do we get past this whole nonsense of not being able to find said like how do we not like have like a way to not have like a lot of things going from, you know, how, oh, well, why don't we as the grocery industry have like insanely popular products on our store shelves, but not keep them on our store shelves and shit. And how we have like a lot of things that are to be done being able to be done, and I'm just gonna be saying it. We all see this coming. We all kind of saw it coming in the very beginning in the 1970s. When we have a lot of people going and contemplating of like how like a lot of lackluster products that come and go. Like seriously, could we not get rid of the very things that we all love? I mean, chances are, I would love to at least recapture what was great, to have as a way to have like myself like, I'm just saying, maybe if we had a way to keep those brands on the store shelves, not remove them. Like, seriously. I mean, I'm just saying, the more you think about it, the more it makes sense. Like, I'm just saying, if we need to keep the grocery industry going, we need to keep the brands from like dying out. And that's what I'm saying. But we need to start taking care of our beloved grocery industry. We need to take care of that. There is no one going to take care of that but us. And that's a fact. We all know that we all have something to, compare the whole thing to. And I'm just going to be saying this. I'm really tired of seeing all the brands that I love, all the brands that I love get taken off the shelves. I'm tired of it. All of the brands I love getting taken off the shelves and never coming back. And the grocery industry, a lot of people think that snacks, drinks, and the food themselves is the same. They're not. They
Canoe. Graffiti, new play.
I'm just going to say that. But those three elements, the beverages, the snacks, the food, are part of the grocery industry, which is the grocery industry is a small part of the very food industry, which is a large industry, by the way. So leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe, and turn on the notifications.
Stop recording.